Hello guys, we should be on live from the trading room. So hi, hope you have a nice day. And yeah, as usual, let me know on the chat if the sound is good, if you see me, if everything is set up properly. Sometimes I know that there are some issue with the microphone. Guys, let me know if everything is set up good, and we're going to start the trading room. I don't have any positions actually. I closed all my position on the pound yen for people that were with me yesterday. I will explain why I exit the market. This was very clear. I think the plan was respected 100%. So yeah, happy to make analysis of the market today. James, it's good. Jonta, hi. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate. Let's wait a few more minutes and we move to MT5. And fine if we can have some spot for today. We have to check. Also, for people that are trading with us with the 5ers, give us a small feedback regarding the spreads. We have changed the spreads yesterday. This is quite new. We are offering actually zero spreads. Let's say it's starting from zero spreads in the Forex market. So sometimes when there is liquidity and when the market is open, you can have a zero spread in the euro dollar, in the pound dollar, euro yen, and so on. So we will be happy to get your feedback regarding that. It can only be better for traders that trade on the swing. Let's say hold the position for a long term, but it's wonderful for scalper. Okay, for trader that like to scalp, this is quite awesome to to have this kind of spreads. So yeah, and of course we will see that directly in MT5 in a minute. Let me just switch the frame. Okay, so as you see here, we have already zero spread. Aussie dollar, euro yen, euro dollar, dollar CAD, New Zealand dollar. So you see most of the pairs we have zero spreads. So of course those are the ones that have the more liquidity. Of course, when we go to the new CAD Swiss or New Zealand CAD, those are pairs that are less liquid. So the spread is still very good. When you have a CAD CHF or 11, that's quite nice. So the spreads were reduced in all the pairs, but for the pairs that we are using to trade with 0.1 pips, actually it's become zero. So this is quite nice. Thank you to the dev team that succeed to do that, and of course our liquidity provider that offering that condition. One thing also very important before I move to the market, I want to repeat, this is something that I explained yesterday. Tomorrow we are going to announce a new bootcamp challenge. So for people that follow us on our social media, on our Instagram, Facebook, we already explained that we're going to publish and offer a new bootcamp program. It will be bigger, it will be better, like like we announced to you, and I hope that you guys will like it. This is also a wonderful opportunity. It's like the bootcamp, when you can start trading, 3 steps. We will try to keep the 3 steps. I don't want to tell more about this program, but I'm sure that you guys are going to like it, and the reward will be quite high. So be ready for tomorrow. We'll be happy to share actually the new program on the bootcamp. Quite exciting. This is very exciting. Let's move back to the chart. So just want to go back to the pound yen plan. Let's say pound yen chart that analyzed for already 1 week and even more. But you see on the H4, this was this very weak momentum that we had on the upside. We see this also clearly on the H1 chart. Okay, you see this was, a long steady growth, but at some point the market will lose momentum, and we identify it together here when we have a top, when we have a second top here. You see that the market starting to consolidate here. So we had the rally, we base, actually it's maybe not a base, but it's the base of the top. I don't know, we can tell that. So we see here the price action. Actually, we had, you see the average was here for almost a week. And then the market breakdown, that was something I looked for a lot of time. And if we go to the daily chart, it will be even better to see. Let me get rid of all the line. Okay, so here we see on the H4 chart that the market is actually respecting to this top here. We can say that is a pivot point. This is actually what happened. So quite nice opportunity. I exit yesterday 50% of my position here. And I think I exit a little bit more also here. This is how I exit actually the market. For people that were with me last week and yesterday, this was quite a nice move. With the risk reward, it was very decent. It was very okay. You see the stop loss was just above here, and then after the market break this trend, okay, and then make this huge movement, we could actually remove the stop loss to break even, which was quite nice. So here was the pound yen. I think here on that pair especially, I don't see nothing to do. You see that today the market is didn't take any decision, at least on the H4. You see the market went down, then we tracked. It looks like the market is starting a downtrend. But again, I already profited from this one. It's already around 2% down from last week. I think it's better to wait. There is not a lot to do, at least in the H4 chart. Here in the daily chart, you see the market already starting to create the structure, and we will see here in a minute. We have actually this zone, which is quite important, and then we have this zone, and actually I think, yeah, it was today, probably in the London session. Yeah, no, the ASEAN session actually, you know, was very respecting this zone here, which was the bottom actually of not the bottom, but yeah, here was a pivot point, very interesting point, breakout, and we make a retest. This is quite clear, and here the market is starting to go back probably to that supply. Here there is a strong area, but again, quite difficult to take any decision if I go to the H4 chart. So yeah, I would do nothing here on the pound yen. Let's look here at the euro and the pound and try to understand if we can have any movement. Yeah, I think yesterday we had a nice spot, guys. It was not maybe yesterday, but it was... What time we are today? We are the 29th, 29, and here it was 28. Yeah, yesterday it was, you see, a nice movement, and we also find that on getting the S&P also. I would like to mention that. I will explain you in a minute. Okay, let's move back to yesterday in the S&P. I found something, very interesting that can be very good for the future to understand. In this period, okay, when we have a lot of interest rate, and you see like all the markets are connected together. Of course, it's like that all the time, but especially this period when we are, we don't know if the recession is finished. We hike interest rate in US, we hike interest rate also in Europe. Markets have been very volatile in 2022, especially in the US indices. And the dollar, so the USD, pushed and was very strong during that year. So there is a lot of correlation, and there is something we can take from it. Okay, yesterday there was a short-term divergence between the S&P, or let's say the US market in general, and the dollar. Okay, so here was actually all this movement here that I show you just here. it was Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So you see at least no liquidity, no volatility. This is quite understandable. Okay, traders were not in the office. They were holiday, not a lot of movement. Okay. On Monday, we open on a gap down. Okay, which is okay because, you know, let's say during 3 days let's say there was no volatility. Here the pre-market went down and they push again, and then so this was quite okay. Here at the opening, okay, the market starting to push. Okay, the market starting to push up to here. For traders that were with me yesterday, they know that I took a short here. I don't know if I can find, it was a short scalp. Okay. I started by opening my position here. So it was let's say the top of the pre-market session. And I wanted to wait until the market pushed to the gap. Okay, you see here there is a gap. Because here might be a lot of sellers, okay, in that area. Okay, so I say, okay, I would open here partial entry and then open my full exposure here. The market did not push to that space and then crash down. Let's say here the market have made minus 1.5%. So this is why, you know, it was quite hard yesterday for the US indices. And I just want to show you the comparison that I want to have with you. And at this time, I was looking at the euro dollar, okay, and the market was not pushing at all. It was, if I go to the M15 chart, okay, and here we look at the divergence. So here, so you see the red line. The red line is when the US markets open, which is 4:30 my time. And here you will have, so M5, let me show you. And here was 4:30. Okay, so you see here the market pushed at the opening during 5 minutes. Let's say even more than 5 minutes because we have this candle, which is 10 minutes. And here on the euro dollar, you see, there is at least no reaction. Okay, the dollar was, let's say, stronger during that time. Okay, and we know that generally there is we can say between the euro dollar and the S&P, there is a positive correlation, meaning in general, when the euro dollar will go down, we will see the S&P going down also. Okay, and the opposite. So here when the market pushed and with this area, actually the dollar didn't react at all and continue going down. So here this was also for me an indication that there is a short-term divergence between what's happening in the dollar and what's happening in the S&P. Of course we should be careful, but here yesterday this was quite a big divergence. Of course when the US market is opening, it gives some volatility and some movement in the USD as well. Of course I did not enter the market blindly. Okay, this was something that I planned before. I had this point, which is the high of the pre-market, and if the market would continue, I had this zone where for me this was, of course, a key zone that we didn't touch yet. So this was the, let's say, the interesting thing that I would like to tell and to share with you. Of course, it's not happening 100% of the time, but when the divergence is wide like that, you see this is quite understandable. And here today you see that the euro dollar is quite weak, and the S&P is not making any up movement. So here the correlation is, let's say, okay, there is like no movement, no contradictory movement. So this is quite understandable. Okay, euro dollar and pound dollar and M15 minutes. It's like we're starting to make a breakout here. Yeah, I look at that zone during all the London session. So this was quite nice for me. I think I made a short scalp also here this morning. Yeah, you see here starting to make a buy and sell like few pips after. That's why I like the zero spreads myself. Very good to scalp when you have zero spreads. The fact is that this type of setup, I like to see that. Ups and down, the average is on the middle, like a big block. And then the market breakout. So we see this here clearly. This was a few minutes before. And it looks like the market is also breaking a low. It's actually breaking the low of the ASEAN session. This can be the beginning of a, downtrend momentum. The fact is, I will not enter the market at that spot. For you guys know how I view the market and how I understand it. I will not making a sell when the market is on breakout. All the time I expect the price to go back to the average. Here we are on the M15 minutes chart at the standard deviation. So here I would prefer to wait. Again, this is not a spot that I like to enter. Of course, if you guys have your signals or your intuition and your back test on this type of setup, this might be here the market is starting to have an impact on the downside. Even actually here, we don't know. It's like, the breakout is not confirmed yet when we have this candle on the H1. When you're on the M5, it's looking quite nice. Yeah, I just would like to check maybe dollar CAD. I know that there was something to do. Yeah, it's quite. Yeah, this was the things I would like to check in the dollar CAD. This looks like it's very bullish, but here you see it's like the market push into the zone I want actually, and this is the type of zone I like to play with. That's something I will do actually. Of course, guys, I would like to remind again, all the analysis and the trades I will take is only for an educational purposes. Important to make the disclaimer all the time. You trade with your own money. I'm not advising you to make any trades. I'm not a financial advisor, so be careful and take your own responsibility by doing that or by trading in general. Okay, so here I have, let's say, the first point. We will see if this react. I think my stop loss will be very tight for this type of spot. The market will open also in 20 minutes, in 10 minutes in US. So my stop loss will be quite tight. Will be here, and I have quite a nice risk reward here on this spot. But yeah, this is the lack of setup you see on the H4 and H1 chart. We don't see that yet. But on H4 chart, we see clearly that this is a zone when the market can make a retrace. Here it looks very strong on the M30, but I always like to anticipate the market. I don't want to, I see also a video that was very interesting with a trader that trades in institutionals. And he says clearly that institutional funds and banks generally, they will enter the market at the best price. Why? Because they have a lot of volume. Okay, when you have like $10 million to make in the dollar CAD, if there is a difference of 5 pips, okay, this is a huge amount of money. So they want actually to take the best price for their positions. So here you see I'm not waiting, and this is part also of all I think and all my mindset is I'm not waiting for any confirmation. Okay. The confirmation for me is the zone, is the volatility that I have at this point. Here also this can be like stop loss hunting. You see that on the 21st of November and today the market pushed. So I expect that some retail traders have make a sell at that point, which was nice, but actually they put their stop loss just above. Okay, so it looks like a stop hunting also when we look at this chart. The average is also going up, but it's like a huge volatility movement in one side. We are the 20 standard deviation. This is the type of setup that I like. Again, my stop loss is very tight because there is after we break this high here, this will be too late. So we'll see how it's going to react. Okay, so this is for dollar CAD. I think I'm on one position. It's not bad at all. I have to look at the euro dollar as well. Generally, not generally, but if the euro dollar will break down strongly, I will have the dollar CAD having a push on the upside. So let's look. Actually, it's starting to make a new high. Didn't succeed yet. And see, this is also the type of setup I like to see. Long uptrend from the London session until here, and already here we see that some weakness is starting. We see that here the market did not succeed yet to make and break the market from actually 30 minutes. It can happen in the next few seconds, but actually the market is here starting to show some weaknesses. Okay, actually traders that would like to buy here, they will probably wait for the market or to break out or the market to retrace. So we are going to check that during the session. Regarding gold, am I trading gold? Yeah, I'm trading gold. Actually, I have on gold a long-term vision. I'm not trading gold on a daily basis. Let's say on day trading or scalping. I only have a long-term vision about gold and about what I think in gold. But let's put the chart and check what's going on. Okay, H4 chart. Actually, this is the thing I look for. It's quite the same setup of the dollar CAD, you know. We have here a support. We act a lot of time here. Also, we act here. We break out. Here we make multiple retest. We make another retest here. We make another retest here. So this is quite a strong key zone. It looks like the market don't want to break above. Here there is nothing to do. Okay, if you told me okay what you would do here at that time, I would do nothing. But here we had, you see, momentum on the M15 chart. This is quite the same setup on the dollar CAD. It's very similar, but we have a push, very strong, at least no retracement. The market is creating on M5 here. You see, losing momentum, making like a block, struggle to make an higher high, and then starting the lower trend. So this is quite very healthy here on gold, especially. The fight, if I look at the daily chart, or if I look at the daily chart or at the weekly chart, you see this is not clear. This is not clear at all. But yeah, I think today there was an opportunity to make something around that area. See all that area here, which is a zone of there is a lot of volume and a lot of orders. But yeah, if the market continue to go down, of course the next zone will be to go to this demand, and then to this demand. Yeah, there is actually on H4 a very clear structure here on gold. Okay, let me check the camera. I see it just turned off, probably because of the battery. Okay, I might be back. Let's check if the camera is working. Yeah, okay. Maybe the camera will turn off again in a few minutes. Sometimes we had some issue with it. but that's okay. Would you consider yourself a scalper? I'm using a lot of time frame. Let's say that my mindset will work. Either I'm looking at the M1 or M5 chart, or I'm looking to long time frame like H1 or H4. So I don't have the time today to make to scalp on a daily basis. Okay, this will not be good for me. I have like different stuff, other tasks to do. But generally, let's say I'm more like today a day trader and a swing trader. I'm looking for long term, and most of the time using fundamentals also to bring into my positions. Well, it looks like the camera is turning off again. I will just get rid of that. Okay, I will just get rid of that for a few minutes, and then I will put it back again. But I'm still here, guys. I didn't leave. I did not escape. Okay, we have the opening in 3 minutes. I want to check also if we have any big important news today. Yeah, there is actually a Bank of England speaks on the pound. I would just like to show you guys. So here it's big news. I think it will be in the next 30 minutes. We'll have this news in the pound that might move the market. But today in the dollar we don't have anything. We have CB consumer confidence. Generally it's yeah, I don't feel this will move a lot the market. Yeah, and I think tomorrow there is that we should be quite careful. We have Powell speaks. We have job openings, which actually is very important, I think, in US. We have the non-farm employment. So I think today will be quite a nice EV day to have in the market. In the overall market, okay, it will be even in the USD, but also in the US indices. So we should look at this day and be very cautious when we want to trade, when we have several news on a day, on the same day. Yeah. Yes, then exactly. Jolts and labor market, and also Powell speaks. So this is quite a heavy day tomorrow. Tomorrow there is Saul that will make a live trading room during the London session with Jordan. So maybe there will be some opportunities in the London session. We generally know that when we have like quite heavy news during the afternoon, the London session is quite choppy and quiet. Okay, so probably tomorrow they will find some good spot and respect some key zones. So I invite you to join them. It will be on Trade Delicious, which is a new channel that we open with a lot of content for traders. I invite you guys to check this new page that we specially create for traders like you guys. So yeah, join Trade Delicious. I will type actually the name of the YouTube page in the chat in a few minutes. Okay, let's check if we can have something at the opening. The S&P actually opens down. Yeah, the lowest point of yesterday was here, so we can have here some reaction. Again, it looks like the market is very bearish. You see the market is creating a zone and making new low all the time. This was quite a quiet pre-market session. here market react. We will see if the market can bring a dip. Yeah, this is quite some. I like this zone, and I will explain why. The market was traded a lot here, which is here. Okay, so we can have some type of buy positions around this blue line, which is this area. Here it looks like the market will break out. Okay, we don't have a lot of zone here to make a buy. So the market will probably break below that. Will stop enters all the buyers that make a buy around that spot, and then the market can make this type of move. Okay, I'm looking for this type of move actually. This will not happen here. I probably happen around that zone, which is the blue line. Dollar CAD, bad trade. I think we will see. You know, I'm just following my plan. I'm not. I don't have 100% success rate, so that's fine. You can say bad trade, good trade, whatever it is. I'm following my plan, and I'm quite comfortable with that. You know. So yeah, we're going to check. For me, this is quite a key zone. Again, I'm not looking for making the home run. I'm not looking to make the take profit here. I just would like to wait for the market break down a bit, go back to the average. For me, this is quite a nice zone when I look at the M1 and even M5 chart. And my stop loss is quite well, you know, it's placed not too far, so the risk reward is also on my favor. That's it. Bad trade or good trade, I don't know. I'm just following my plan. Yeah, Rafael, I definitely go with you. You know, I have the mindset of focusing on execution and not on outcome. Definitely. You know, I'm even not looking at the PNL. I know that I'm actually in small drawdown right now. That's quite fine. Okay, so where will be my my take profit in the dollar CAD? My first TP will be around the blue line, which is the top here of yeah. This was the top in last week, and this is also the top of the London session. So not the London session. I think it was the top of yesterday. Yeah, this was the top of yesterday. So the market can go back here and bring back some buyers again here. You know, if you want to make a buy in the dollar CAD, you know, you have all the time to take the place of someone that will make the opposite. Would you make a buy, guys, in this type of situation? I don't know. In my opinion, if I would like to buy the dollar CAD, I would prefer to wait. Okay, I will not, you know, I'm looking for a risk management perspective. I don't want to make a buy at that spot because we are overextended and we are a bit far from the average. So if I would like to make a buy and I have signals to make a sell, you see, this is the type of execution I'm looking for. So, you know, I'm holding it. We'll see where it will go, and then I will manage it. But the blue line here will be, let's say, my first take profit, my partial profit that I will take. It will be around 50% I will close. Then I will remove my stop loss to break even. And after that, I will hold it probably to this demand here. Okay, so this is how I view this trade actually. I don't want to hold it more. I'm not greedy. You see that we already break out this one, and it can be the beginning of a long trend. Okay, it's actually the market starting to went down. We'll see if this can work even below. Probably the S&P is pushing up. Yeah, that's what I think actually. And the euro dollar as well. Okay, you see this type here of market here on the M1. Make a base, react on the base, starting to make a bullish trend. Focusing on execution versus outcome. How long did it take to get to that point for you? It takes a lot of time. Okay, when you want as a trader, and I can understand that, all the time you have your eyes actually looking at the P&L, which is not good at all to, you know, to all the time look at the P&L will change your psychology and your behavior meanwhile you are trading. So this is not the good perspective to have. What you can do actually if you trade on MT5, you know, it's only go to profit and you do like as points, you know, for example. Or even get rid of the blue and the red. You know, when sometimes you see some red here on MT5, you say, okay, I'm losing, it's not good, I will sell, you know, and then you start by making stupid decision because of psychology. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, but as long as you know that this is something you have to work on, you are on the good way. So you know that you have to work on execution versus the outcome. That's already a good point for you. Okay, let me try, guys, to put the camera again. I'm not sure it will work, but it's always good to have the face of someone that is talking to you. Let me check. So, yeah, I'm here, happy to be back. We will see how much time the camera will hold. I don't have a lot of faith on that one. We're going to buy a new one for making the stream even better. This is actually a very good camera, but this is a camera maybe not for streaming. This is maybe for maybe it is for streaming, I don't know, but sometimes it's overheating and closing down. Anyway, yeah, so actually here on the S&P we react to that point. Okay, we didn't go into this demand, but we have some reaction. But at some point I'm expecting the market to break. I don't know, I'm not expecting the market to have a bullish trend today with this type of setup. I don't know. I bought dollar CAD yesterday. That's fine. If you follow your plan, you are good, you know. That's totally fine to have a buy in the dollar CAD, and even more if you buy yesterday. I think this, you know, you anticipate the move. It depends where you buy, but if you buy here, you're actually in quite a nice profit. It's like 100 pips from here, so congrats. Right now, what I would advise to you is to manage your trades. Okay, is to know, okay, should I hold? Should I exit? Should I close partial profit? What should I do now? Okay, actually the market gives you a nice uptrend movement drastically, so you have to manage and to understand what's your plan. If you look at that in the daily chart and your take profit is set up around that area, that's nice, you can hold. It only depends what is your plan. Okay, so I won't go against your plan, just follow it. That's it. Can you explain a little bit about KYC verification? For this type of question, Jonta, you can ask the help desk team. They will help you. Okay, so you can go to the chat or you can ask them through our email. This is quite easy actually for the KYC. We use deal, which is quite easy to understand. I took almost same trades, but on euro dollar, also a bonding from him. Yeah, I think here it's also quite a nice spot. You see, and when I look at the euro dollar, you know, 20 minutes before, I say, okay, here we did not make a strong breakout. You see, it seems the market is not dropping hard on that point. So here we had the first bounce. Here we had the retest. It looks like more stop loss hunting, okay, for people that actually buy here and put the stop loss below. Again, it looks like stop loss hunting in the Euro USD. Yeah, I think the good spot actually for today to hold. The risk reward also is in your favor. It depends where you buy. Stop loss can be very tight, depends how you manage. Okay, so everyone can train differently and can be successful as long as you are following your system and your backtest and all of that. So yeah. Yeah, it's like you see, it's like starting to push. We have some reaction. I believe that the S&P is also pushing up from that space. Yeah, okay, from that here. A little bit, okay. Okie dokie. So you see, this is the type of divergence I looked yesterday. If the S&P is like moving up like that, and you see the euro dollar going down, on an example. So you say, okay, there is something strange here, there is a divergence, and you need to react, and that's what I did yesterday. Today, it looks like the market is going on the same way, okay? At least the S&P is quite neutral at the opening, but there is no divergence, okay? That's good to know. If we will see that the S&P is starting to go down strongly, and the euro dollar actually pushing up, again, we will have to find something to do, to find if we are in a good zone and take a decision. Yeah, again, this type of setup here on gold, the market was far from the average 20 standard deviation here. This is actually the London session, and we are actually struggling to pass. This can be also a good position for someone that would like to scalp around that spot. You know, I don't like to trade on gold, but especially on day trading, this is quite difficult to be consistently profitable in day trading in gold. That's what I know from my experience. This is very volatile. It's looking all the time for like in my plan and how I view the market, this is quite difficult to be profitable. Yeah, so good job, Nicolas. If you already take your profit, this is perfect. I think this was a nice trade in a small amount of time. So sometimes as a trader, you're also looking for making as much as possible profit in the short term. So yeah, good job for that. Thanks, Raphael. I appreciate your words. Hope it can give you like small insight. And here the euro dollar is getting down, actually struggling to pass above this. We need to wait to get another movement. But here on gold, especially here, go back to the average. This was also the type of setup I like to find. Go back to the average and then making the move on the downside. And also it was the key zone. It was a key zone for a lot of time. You see, if you are not quick in the gold, for example, to take any decision, you can, lose your opportunity. I don't want to sell actually here because the price already down. Okay, if I would like to sell, it's around that spot, not below that. If I start selling here, all my risk reward will be changing, and this will be quite difficult to manage in my case. We'll see if we can have another opportunity to enter. Again, the S&P here is touching the pre-market low. We have the Euro USD that, you know, still in the zone. This can be an entry for me, at least if I want to make a stop loss very, very tight again. Can you tell us anything about the new Bootcamp challenge? Yeah, you know, I would like to, but I prefer you know, to wait for the surprise. Maybe ask a specific question and I can answer by yes or no. You know, that will be a nice game for the end of the session. Let's do that. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the chart. Open up to 200k. No, but not so far. No. So if you want me to be accurate, sorry for the camera again, but if you want me to be accurate, the answers are no for the 200k and no for the two phases. You know, you see, you only have less than 24 hours to wait and see what's the bootcamp. I know that you probably maybe curious, but yeah, I think you're going to enjoy. Marialo and tennis. So you play tennis, I assume. I also play tennis from my young age. I'm also playing tournaments. I love this sport. Well, guys, we approach the end of the session. I would like to thank you for all the people that stay with me until the end and you know, join me in the middle. I still have some position here to manage. We're gonna see what's going to happen. You know what is my plan. You know what I'm wanting to do. Here for the S&P, this was also quite understandable. I look at the euro dollar that continued to push. The S&P was going down, and especially on the pre-market. So you know. I will manage, I will wait, and we're going to see what's going to happen. It's like Christmas, no one's like to wait, but thank you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so guys, thank you very much for being with me until the end. Appreciate your words. Thank you for the interaction between us. And yeah, guys, see you next week for another trading room with me. And in the 5ers. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. I wish you good luck. Bye bye.